Well, guys, today we're going to talk about the power of your emotions. This power is very trigger. We got to talk about that because it's very important today's day. The importance of you have self-control in your emotions, control over your emotions. What it's about and what emotions you got to be prepared that constantly you having problems. You gotta identify those emotions and what situations often you have a problem and which situations most likely you was reacting in some way. You gotta identify this situations ahead of time. I am here right now driving in the expressway, and I just start thinking about it. It's like how many people when they going over the driving, experience, they thinking they're more, maybe they're not those people, maybe they're that people of confrontationals or people who they want to think they're better than you or anything like that, but sometimes there are people that as soon as they get on the driver's side, they changing themselves, they changing completely her mindset, and especially exactly. And I would say that because as well, that happened in the work environment as well. What situations you notice in your job experience, in your life, that you might know that you are acting and you behaving in a way that you don't want to, but that the pattern is there, the situation they're already there, and those situations activating areas of your life or areas of your mind that you don't want to might be activated in those areas, so, and you have to be mindfulness, you got to be mindful of how you acting, if you have a difficult boss, if you have a difficult spouse, if you have a difficult family member, if you have a difficult situation, you need to identify that ahead of time. You know what? And identify those things, in your life ahead of time, and actually give you power. It gonna give you power in some way because you can self-regulate your emotions for that particular thing, And sometimes I know it's hard to dominate yourself in some situation when it is the train is going fast, you know what I'm saying, and you try to control all the wave that these things is having, because emotional, they're trigger, emotional, they're powerful. Emotions, when they are there, it is hard, even you, but that called willpower is the ability to control yourself, even you feel completely different in your mind and in your soul. So I guarantee you that I'm being there. I got the chair, I got the teacher, and you want to act it in another way, but how you acting differently in a situation that at the back of your head, like, hey, I think this situation have completely advantage over me. What I can do to change that situation, what I can do in my soul, in my head, how much practice I need in that situation, virtual, in a reality, just creating that in my mind, that image, the situation, and play it in, they call that playbook. Sometimes you gotta go to your playbook and check it out, all the ways is that they can might give you take some point from you. And those situations sometimes, you know what I mean, they're so powerful, you know. But you need to go and you know, stay consistent to the playbook. Why the playbook? Why I call it the playbook? Because the playbook, you know what I mean, give you the strategy already set up, you know what I mean, ahead of time, ahead of everything. I know that this is gonna be like this, that situation gonna be like that. You gotta check it out. You gotta think about it. You say and analyze that. But everyone have a different analyze system that is in place. You gotta know yours. You gotta know which one it is worth for you. Because a lot of people, they think, you know what I mean, that everybody have the same analyze system, you know what I mean. Maybe mine is different than yours, but I just give you a little bit of the knowledge you might need to have, you know, the patterns. Okay, I understand that person is like this. Which one is the best way to actually conducting myself around these people? Which one is the best way to me talking to that person? Which one is the one? So which one is the one? So you gotta choosing. Sometimes certain people that you have to let it go. Sometimes there are some people that you have to let it behind, because you know each way it is not a good way. Each way it is not a good way for yourself, which is okay. It's okay. There are people in your life that you need to like stay away from them, because they know how to like influential, you know. They know how to do that. They know how to like chain dumping, you know. They know they're doing some fault to you, but they choosing to dumping that in you. Like it was not my fault. It was your fault. But sometimes you gotta admit it and say, hey, I was there. And then if I'm there, I have some part of that thing. You gotta analyze that. You gotta analyze things in such a deep way. Some situations not all of them, but you have to like detecting that emotions they're triggered in your life, detecting these emotions that might put you in a bad spot. And this is something that I've been doing that, you know, for a few years, you know what I mean. Try to like stop regulating those emotions. Which emotions they're very powerful in myself, what emotions they really take things, and what situations I am somebody that I want to fix. And you gotta write down and say, in this situation I act in this way. When someone says these things to me, I tend to reacting in a bad way, you know. So you gotta identify those things, guys. That was all for today for this video. So I hope so you enjoy, you take some note, give yourself the time, you know what I mean, you know. Identify those areas in your life that you might need to change, that you might need to like go there and play the video again and see what are you doing, how are you doing, you know, and how much and how much time, you know what I mean, you're taking to go back to reality. How much, you know, time you take into some center, you know. I hope so you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next time.